This is the Northern California USTA 4.5 Sectionals, the final step in my team's journey to go to Nationals. We will be competing against 16 other teams in the region to play in USTA Nationals at Surprise, Arizona later in October. After a very long season, my team is ready to make the final push against the strongest 4.5 teams in the Northern California region. Or at least we thought we were, because things didn't go according to plan. This tournament will take place in Sacramento, where there just happens to be a heat wave that exact weekend, causing the temperature to be over 100 degrees during our matches. And on top of this, many of my players were not able to travel to sectionals, giving us only 9 players for the entire weekend, meaning most everyone will have to play every single match. And let me just say, it was a bit rough out there. So can our team overcome these challenges and make it to nationals? Let's find out in this video. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Road to USTA 4.5 Nationals, and I guess we are going to sectionals. Now, if you guys have seen the last video, we did lose the playoff finals, but by the time this is out, obviously the previous episode will be out too, so if you guys want to go check it out, it will be right here. What ended up happening was one team that ended up making it to sectionals pulled out. Not really sure why they pulled out, but what that meant was another team had to replace them. And usually they will give the wild card to a second place team in one of the regions with the most number of teams. The region with the most number of teams already has a wild card. This year they were giving a second wild card, so it ended up going to us. So yeah, so first off, very happy that our team made it to sectionals. Very happy that we got a second chance. But because this was kind of like a last minute notice, a lot of our players didn't think that we were going to make it to sectionals, so availability for these 3 matches was also a little bit rough, and I think we just had barely enough players to field every match, kind of just like playoffs. So I guess that's a recurring theme for this season. I think our goal, obviously, if we want to make it to nationals, the competition is going to be super tough. It's going to be extremely tough. We are going to potentially face even stronger opponents than we did in our regionals. We're going to need a little bit of help. We're going to need to play our best tennis, and obviously I would like to make it to nationals. To be realistic, I think it's going to be pretty tough. We're going to have to be on our best game. We're just going to go out there, play our best tennis, and have fun, enjoy the experience. My arm got tired, so I'm just gonna put you guys right here. I haven't done much vlog style content before because I am usually a little bit too shy to take my camera out and start vlogging. This is gonna be the first time I'm doing this, so if you guys like this type of content, leave a comment below, leave a like, or just give feedback if you guys think there's anything that you guys want to see in future videos. With that being said, I'm gonna quickly set the scene for you guys. I'm gonna give you guys what the format of sectionals is for those of you guys who haven't been to USTA sectionals or don't know what it's about. Sectionals is going to be 16 teams from our Northern California region. You are put into a group of 4 teams. It's going to be a round robin style within this group. The winner of each group, whoever has the best record, gets to move on to playoffs, the semifinals and then finals. And the winner of the finals will get to go to nationals. But yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a fun experience. Except we are also playing in Sacramento. It just so happens that this weekend is going to be extremely hot. So I'm going to put the weather for Sacramento right here. First match is going to be Friday, 1 p.m. And let's just say it's going to be a little bit hotter over there than it is over here. We'll see how it goes. If I end up playing Hassan again, it is what it is. We'll see how that ends up. That's it for now. I need to leave soon. I need to start packing. Gotta drive up to Sacramento. Gonna do some vlogging. We'll see how this goes. This is day 0 because sectionals hasn't started yet. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm not sure what the next clip is going to be. As we were driving up to Sacramento, our team received an email from USTA. And in this email, they told us that the format of these matches were going to change from normal 6-game sets to mini 4-game sets. And on top of that, there's going to be no ads, which was definitely a lot more stressful. I'll be talking and complaining more on that later. But at the moment, I was definitely a bit annoyed at these changes. And I think the sentiment was pretty common throughout a lot of my friends who are also competing at sectionals. I'm pretty sure most people prefer to play the longer format because with a shorter format without ads, there's just so much variance, anything can happen. But little did I know that when I started playing my matches this weekend, I would soon be very glad that we were playing a shorter format because the heat was very insane. So anyways, Emily and I were the first to our Airbnb, which at first felt a bit creepy with all the dim lights, but it was actually pretty nice and cozy. Going to give you guys a quick little room tour. There were many rooms, but we had about like 9 to 10 people staying in this Airbnb, so we needed all the rooms that we had. Later that night, we did a little grocery run to grab some snacks and hydration for tomorrow because that was going to be very necessary.
EDC 2025. Dude, that packaging's kind of crazy.
And then headed to bed. So I'll see you guys the next day. Alrighty, so I just woke up. Gonna head to the court soon to warm up. Already, right now, it's like 80 something degrees, high 80s. It's gonna be a rough one, but like I said yesterday, fast four, the matches are going to be a lot shorter. It's also going to be a lot more stressful playing a fast four format because, you know, you have to win by 1 point. It is what it is. Still going to be fun. Still going to try to play my best tennis. And also a little update on my condition right now. So my left foot has mostly recovered since playoff finals. I did go to WSO and I played on a pretty bad foot then, but since then I've been taking it a lot more easily and I think my foot is pretty much like 90% back. It still hurts if I put a lot of pressure on it. If I play a lot of tennis, it still starts aching. But other than that, I think should be fine. You know, we'll pop like some Advil before the match and should be good to go. I think the next clip will be me warming up. So I'll see you guys there. So right before our match, we headed to some nearby courts to do a little 30-minute warm up and just hit some balls around. I forgot to move my camera off the court, so this is a little snippet of one of my friends, Bill, playing. Real quick warm up because we didn't want to spend too much time outside in the heat. This is the club we were playing at. Honestly, it was pretty nice. It had over a dozen courts, but pretty much all in one line, which meant that if you were playing on one of the further courts, you have to walk like half a mile to get there. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, our opponents in this round were the exact same opponents that beat us in our regional finals. So last time we won both our 2 singles lines, but lost our doubles lines. And all the matches were pretty close, except for singles 2. And this time we are looking to turn things around. Hopefully things will go in our favor. So same as last time, me and Efan are going to be playing singles again. Bill and David will be playing doubles 3 again. Our D1 and D2 were a little bit different, just from the nature of availability. Some players couldn't make it and some players were. We only really had 8 players available, so making the lineup wasn't really hard for me at all. For D1 we have Donnie and Milan, and for D2 we have Kent and George. Both of these pairs really haven't played with each other all that much, but I was hoping that just based on game style that this would work out, and we'll see how this one goes. And just like last time, I will be playing against Hassan again. And if you guys don't know who Hassan is, he is a staple on this channel. He has been in 2 of my most popular videos, and he's the player that only uses slices. So I won our last match in our regional finals, but it was pretty close. I cramped in the middle of the second set and barely made it to the end. And this time the conditions are even worse, so I'm definitely not looking forward to this match. And neither was my phone, I guess, because my phone overheated less than 10 minutes after recording. So essentially I only got footage of this warm-up. But during this warm-up, I could already feel the heat just draining your energy. Definitely underestimated the heat. I thought that because I was from Maryland, I played under 90-degree weather in the past, I would be able to withstand this 100-degree weather. That is not true. Fortunately, this match didn't last too long. I won 4-0, 5-3. The converted score was 6-0, 7-5. And yeah, like I said, playing the heat was not easy. Even though the scoreline was pretty lopsided in the first set, after the first set, I definitely felt a lot of energy just left my body and I lost a lot of steam going into the second set. I managed to stay in it in the second set and eventually close it out, but I was definitely very cooked physically after this match, and this was definitely not a good sign for the rest of the week. I'm going to give you guys updates on the rest of the matches because everyone else who tried to record also faced the same problem where their phone just overheated. Efan won his match, but unfortunately we did lose our D1 line 8-10 in a super tiebreak, and our D3 line also had a very tough match against the same opponents they faced last time. So yeah, like last time, it all comes down to one more line and we have D2 playing, and I'm going to show you guys some footage that I tried to record from the side, and you could tell this was pretty high stakes. The other team really wanted it. And unfortunately, we also lost this match in a pretty close second set tiebreak. So yeah, definitely a little disappointing of a start to our weekend, but honestly the team morale was still pretty good afterwards. Everyone was just happy to be there and just happy to be competing and playing a lot of tennis. Our team still has 2 more matches left to be played, and I assure you guys I did get footage of the next match because it was in the morning. My phone survived that one. So the team we are playing the next round is on paper the strongest team in our little bracket. So knowing that there were going to be strong opponents, later that evening I wanted to go out and get some more practice. We went out to some local nearby courts to play for about 45 minutes to an hour. I did this thinking that it would help my game a little bit more for tomorrow, but I think this extra session might have been a mistake because I woke up the next morning super drained. Alrighty, so day 2, just saw one of our opponents from this morning running laps around the neighborhood, so a little bit intimidating already. Yeah, so day 2, it is currently 7:30 a.m. Woke up at around 6:30. We're playing the strongest team in our bracket, at least on paper. They swept their first match, and we're also pretty familiar with a lot of the players on that team. And unlike us, they have a lot of players ready to play. They have a very full lineup. They have enough players to fill like 2 lineups, and we just have like 8 people today, so just barely enough people. We're gonna try our best to play, and whatever happens. Definitely am feeling very drained right now from yesterday, so I didn't expect myself to feel this tired, even though I didn't really play a full match yesterday. I only played like a fast 4 or 2 sets. I did go at night to get some more hitting in, but yeah, definitely a little bit drained, but we'll see how it feels once I get on the court, get warm, and get loosened up. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So for our second match, I am playing singles again because literally no other player on my team wanted to play singles anymore in this heat. I had to convince another one of my players to play S2. Like I mentioned earlier, I woke up and my body was just sore. I took a couple of painkillers, mostly for my foot, and it also definitely helped with the soreness a little bit. But against this specific player, he's very consistent, very fast, very solid. I'm gonna be needing my legs and my strength, so it's gonna be a tough one. Coming into the first set, I was pretty ready to fight for it. My opponent is Tim, who you may have seen in an earlier video, and Tim is essentially what you would call a baseline grinder. Loopy, spinny balls, runs everything down, and he is pretty good. He is around a UTR 8. He has made it to nationals last year in USTA, and let me just say off rip, this match was a struggle for me. First physically, and then mentally. So yeah, I'm happy to close out the first set. Overall, I felt like I was managing my fatigue pretty okay at this point. Overall, in the first set, my ground strokes did not feel the greatest, and that is honestly my bread and butter in these matchups. I'm also kind of a baseline grinder or counter puncher. I really need my ground strokes to be on point, especially my forehand, if I'm trying to win a match. And I know many of you guys might already be typing in the comments already saying, just come in, finish at the net, and definitely something I should have been doing in this match would have probably been a lot easier for me. But today, I wasn't really feeling confident about my shots, was making way too many unforced errors, especially on my forehand side. And because of this, I didn't really have the confidence to come to the net and go out of my comfort zone. But like I said, something I need to work on, something I will be working on in my next couple of matches. But going into the second set, I was just trying to tell myself to push through. I did put the pressure on myself to win this second set because I don't want it to go to a third set. So let's see if I could close out the second set. So I gave away a double fault on a very crucial point, and I lose my service game, and I lose the set 2-4. My serve was breaking down quite a bit, which tends to happen a lot based on how tired I am, which is not good because the serve is definitely something I felt like I needed, especially in this matchup. Anyways, we are going into a 10-point tiebreak. Definitely feel like I'm playing worse and worse as this match goes on, and Tim is playing better and better. So if I want to win this set, I for sure will have to play better than I played in set 2. But I've overcome challenges before, so let's see if I could do it again. Part of documenting my tennis journey on this channel is I want to be completely transparent with all the good moments, all my wins, and also all of my losses. This, along with getting double bageled at WSO in my previous video, was definitely another low light in my tennis journey. Just wanted to say the reason I lost this match was 100% because I'm just not good enough. That's the bottom line. I could say it's an off day. I could say it's because I'm fatigued. Whatever the excuse can be, overall, I just need to get better at tennis. And I definitely have a lot to work on moving forward. That being said, Tim is a good player. Normally, I shouldn't be mad if I lost to him, but I think it was just more mad at the way I lost. I felt like I just didn't really give him a fight at the very end, especially in the third set, and I wasn't able to play how I wanted to. To go into the details for the match, I think we both played a little bit of a sloppy first set. He was just giving me a little bit more errors, and I was able to close out the set with a few crucial points. In the second set, he started to pick up his game, and as the match continued, I definitely felt myself fading a little bit, and at the end of the second set, gave away a couple of points with some double faults, and then the double faults just continued. So I continued to double fault into the tiebreak, double faulted twice in a row, some crucial points, and Tim got a very strong lead in the super tiebreak, and he was just able to continue that lead throughout the entire third set. So I wasn't really disappointed about losing to Tim. Obviously, I would have liked to win, but more so about the way I lost and the way I just kind of fell apart at the end. Anyways, plain and simple, I played not really up to my own standards. It definitely hurt to lose this match, and it definitely hurt again to edit this match. I was a little bit sad because I felt like all the work I put in, improving my game, seeing the progress in my previous matches, getting some good wins, kind of went out the window because today I didn't feel like I was playing at the level I have been in my previous matches. But this just proves to me more than ever that I have so much more room to grow, and I have a lot more work that needs to be done for my tennis. The team ended up losing 1-4. We ended up winning one doubles line in a very close match. Like I said, this team is super strong. Honestly, had a really good shot of winning the entire tournament, and since we lost our first two matches, we no longer had a shot of making it to semifinals, but we still have one more match left to be played. In this one, it was pretty low stakes. Both teams were already out of contention for playoffs, and at this point, I was definitely not in the physical and also mental mental shape to play another match. So I made a request to play doubles for the next match because I did not want to play singles again. I think at this point I was done physically, and thankfully Bill and Efan stepped up to play singles in the blistering heat, and I got a chance to kind of take a break and play doubles, even though my doubles match was also very long. And by long, I mean unnecessarily long. Don't have footage of this match. I didn't even try to record it because there was no way my phone was gonna survive the heat. I had about 7 set points in the first set, was up like 3-1, 40 love at a certain point, and then ended up losing the first set in a tiebreak. In the second set, I managed to pull it back and I won in a super tie. So it was a close match. Was happy to get the win. Was happy to finish off this weekend with a winning record. And the rest of the team did well too, so we did get our first win in this match. But yeah, with that concludes our USTA 4.5 season for real this time. I mean, unless some organizer wants to give us another wildcard to nationals. It was definitely a great season. A lot of pretty great matches were played, and definitely had a lot of fun captaining this season. Now I probably won't be bumped to 5-0, which is fine, because if that's the case, I'll be back again next year shooting for nationals with another team. But until then, I will still be around training, playing matches, making tennis content, and overall just trying to improve my game. And let me just say, I do have some great content coming up soon, so keep your eyes out. Road to UTR 10 will finally be back, and hopefully I can make some progress with my UTR, because after today I definitely have some work to build it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and for the support that you have been showing on this series and these videos recently. And if you guys are new and have watched up to this point, you guys must have liked something. So please consider hitting that like button as well as that subscribe button if you guys want to continue to support me on my tennis journey. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this series, and I'll see you guys around.